I can't believe what's happening in Ashburn right now. While you all think everything's smooth with the Commanders, crazy things are going down that will completely change this team. We have a veteran who can't stay healthy for 5 minutes, an injury that's got Dan Quinn worried, and a trade that could send Terry McLaurin out of Washington. Do you think Adam Peters is done moving pieces? I tell you, this is just the beginning. Let's start with Michael Gallup. And look, I know many of you didn't even know this guy was on the team. After retiring last year because he was fed up with the injuries, this man decided to come back, and guess what? He's injured again. A hamstring strain keeps him out of mandatory minicamp. Can't get more predictable. I think this is exactly why Gallup retired in the first place. This guy spent 6 years with the Cowboys, had decent numbers, 3,700 yards and 21 touchdowns, but injuries were always his Achilles heel. The Raiders picked him up after Dallas cut him, but he didn't have the motivation. Now he's back with us and boom! Hamstring injured before real action starts. And you know why this bothers me? Because right now with Terry McLaurin in his contract, hold out, and what I'm going to tell you about Noah Brown, we need all the receivers we can get. Gallup could be taking first team reps, securing his roster spot, but instead he's in the same situation that led him to retire last year. I'll tell you this, if Gallup can't stay healthy in minicamp, how's he going to survive training camp and the regular season? Dan Quinn and Adam Peters gave him a low-risk shot with no expectations, but brother, he can't even stay on the field to show what he's got. Do you think Peters will have patience with a guy who can't complete practices? If that surprises you, wait until you hear this about Noah Brown, because this situation is much more serious than reported. During 7-on-7 drills, Brown collided with veteran safety Will Harris while trying to make a catch. The guy stayed on the ground for an extended period, got so frustrated he threw his helmet and had to be carted off to the locker room. And Dan Quinn isn't saying anything specific, just that Brown is getting an MRI. Look, when a coach doesn't want to speculate about an injury and the player leaves on a cart, that's not a good sign. Brown finished 4th in team receptions last year, despite missing time due to a kidney injury. In just 11 games, he had 35 receptions for 453 yards. And remember his only touchdown of the season, the Hail Mary. Against Chicago! That play had us shouting like crazy all over the DMV. That historic moment still gives me chills. Now this man who gave us one of the most exciting moments of the year is injured, and we don't know how severe it is. I think the Commanders are preparing for the worst case scenario. They're not obligated to disclose injuries this time of year, but the way Quinn handled the question tells me they're worried. Brown signed a 1-year contract for $3,250,000, which can reach $4.5 million with incentives. They invested in him because they know what he brings. But you know what's craziest about all this? With Gallup injured and Brown possibly out for an extended period, right now our available receivers are Deebo Samuel, rookie Jalen Lane, and Luke McCaffrey. That's it. Do you realize how thin our position is right now? And if you thought that was it, you're crazy. Because here comes the news that will keep all Commanders fans up all night. There are rumors, serious rumors, that the 49ers and the Commanders might make another receiver trade. And this time, it involves Terry McLaurin. Brandon AYUK from San Francisco is upset with his organization for unknown reasons. The guy posted on his Instagram story an iconic picture of Terrell Owens training in his driveway. The same picture they posted when he was feuding with the Eagles before they cut him. Coincidence? I think not. And guess what? At the same time, Terry McLaurin is holding out from OTAs due to his contract negotiations. If this situation continues, he might also want to change. Chase Sr. of Chat Sports proposes a straight swap, AYUK for McLaurin. And I tell you, this makes sense. Listen closely. Adam Peters helped draft both Deebo Samuel and Brandon AYUK when he was in San Francisco. He knows AYUK's talent, knows how he works with Samuel. No one knows that chemistry better. Plus, AYUK and Samuel are still friends. And you know who else? AYUK is close to Jaden Daniels from when they were together at Arizona State. Financially, the 49ers could save money by getting rid of AYUK's $30 million annual contract and signing McLaurin for less. For us, we'd have to take on AYUK's contract, but brothers, we'd be reuniting college mates with our star quarterback. But are you ready to see Terry McLaurin in a 49ers uniform? Are you prepared for the man who's been the heart and soul of this offense for years to go West Coast? Because I don't know if my Burgundy and Gold heart can handle it. Now I ask you this: does McLaurin deserve to be paid as the elite receiver he is? Definitely. Should the Commanders do everything possible to keep him? Absolutely. But if Adam Peters sees a chance to bring in a younger receiver with a quarterback he already has chemistry with and who fits perfectly with Deebo Samuel, can you blame him for considering it? I think Peters is playing chess while we're all playing checkers. The man already brought us Deebo Samuel, showed he's not afraid to make big moves. And if his master plan was always to reunite the three receivers he helped develop in San Francisco. Look at the college connection. Jaden Daniels and Brandon AYUK were teammates at Arizona State. Daniels showed last year he can make magic with talented receivers. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year for a reason. Can you imagine what he could do with AYUK, who already knows his tendencies, timing, play style? But you know what worries me? That we're trading loyalty for talent. Terry McLaurin has been here through the tough times, through the Dan Snyder years, through the losing seasons. This man has remained professional, given everything for this organization. And now that we finally have a competitive team, are we sending him somewhere else? This has me torn. On one hand, I understand the business. AYUK is younger, has established chemistry with potential teammates, and Peters knows him better than anyone. On the other hand, McLaurin is ours. He's Burgundy and Gold to the core. He's the guy who never complained when we had terrible quarterbacks throwing him the ball. And if McLaurin leaves and blows up in San Francisco, if AYUK comes here and can't adapt, these are the questions that keep me up, brothers, because in the NFL, there are no guarantees. And when you trade a proven all-pro for potential, there's always risk. But also look at this from McLaurin's perspective. He wants to be paid as the elite receiver he is. He's seen guys like Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp land massive contracts. Why shouldn't he get his? If the Commanders aren't willing to pay, maybe a change of scenery is exactly what he needs. The 49ers have a history of maximizing receiver talent. Look what they did with Deebo Samuel, what they did with AYUK before these issues came up. Kyle Shanahan knows how to use versatile receivers, and McLaurin definitely fits that mold. Now I ask you, would you rather have Terry McLaurin happy on another team or unhappy here in Washington? Would you rather bet on the college chemistry of AYUK Daniels or maintain the proven connection of McLaurin with our offense? These are decisions that will define the future of this franchise. Adam Peters has to make the right call because we Commanders fans have suffered enough from bad front office decisions. We can't afford another mistake that sends us back to years of mediocrity. But wait, because we also have to consider the timing of all this. With Brown possibly injured and Gallup already out, is it really the time to trade our most reliable receiver? Or is it exactly why we need to bring AYUK in as soon as possible? I believe if this trade is going to happen, it has to be now before training camp. AYUK needs time to learn Cliff Kingsbury's offensive system, to develop chemistry not just with Jaden, but with the whole offense. You can't be experimenting with these connections when the regular season starts. You know what else? If Peters makes this move and it works, he's instantly becomes one of the best general managers in the league. We would have acquired Deebo Samuel and Brandon AYUK, two receivers he helped develop, reunited college teammates, and created one of the most dynamic receiver rooms in the NFL. But if it doesn't work, if AYUK can't adapt, if McLaurin shines, in San Francisco, Peters will have the entire fan base against him. It's a big gamble, brothers, and big gambles either make you a hero or destroy you. What do you think? Should we keep Terry McLaurin and pay him what he wants? Or do you trust Adam Peters to make another explosive trade that takes us to the next level? Do you think the college chemistry between AYUK and Daniels is worth the risk of losing our most reliable receiver? Because I guarantee you that tomorrow we'll have more explosive news on this situation. The season is just around the corner. Training camp starts soon, and these decisions can't wait much longer. Adam Peters has to act. Dan Quinn has to prepare his plans, and we fans have to be ready for anything. Hit like if you think we should keep Terry McLaurin no matter the cost. Subscribe if you trust Adam Peters to make the right moves. And let me know in the comments if you're ready to see AYUK in Burgundy and Gold, or if you prefer to maintain stability with McLaurin. This is our Commanders family, and together we'll face whatever decision the front office makes. But one thing's for sure, this offseason is anything but boring, and I'll be here reporting every move, every rumor, every decision that affects our team. And remember, hail to the Redskins.